Hey, I'm Robbie Lashua. I am pastor of apologetics at Desert Springs Community Church. I am a professor of apologetics at Mission Bible Institute, and I host a podcast called Christ Culture and Coffee that talks about apologetics issues, Christian theology, and how we can impact culture. Have you ever been talking with a friend who said they don't believe that truth exists? I've had many conversations like this over the years, and typically people will make these claims like there is no truth, or we create our own truth, or that may be true for you, but it's not true for me. This isn't a new problem. This isn't something that we're just encountering. Jesus actually had a type of this statement said to him. I want to read a verse out of John 18. This is John 18, 37 through 38. Pilate said to Jesus, "So are you a king?" And Jesus answered, "You say that I'm a king, and for this purpose I was born, and for this purpose I've come into the world, to bear witness to the truth. Everyone who's of the truth listens to my voice." And Pilate looked at him and he said, "What is truth?" And you know the rest of the story. Pilate goes out and he tells the crowd, "I don't see any issue with this guy." Eventually, the Jews have him crucified anyway. But Pilate was looking in the face of Jesus, who claimed to be the truth, and he's asking, what is truth? Who knows what truth is? None of us understand truth. And so I think as Christians, it's really important for us to say, okay, what is truth? What do we mean by this when we're talking about it? As Christians, we believe that truth is when a belief or a thought or a statement corresponds with reality, when it makes sense with what's actually out there in the real world. Aristotle actually had this view. He said that truth is to say of what is that it is, or to say of what is not that it is not. This is what we mean by truth. And this is supported by the Bible in hundreds of verses. Isaiah 45:19 talks about truth in this way. God says, "I, the Lord, speak truth. I declare what is right." And so as believers, we believe that truth is out there. It isn't something we create. It isn't something that we make up on our own. It's something that we actually go out and discover. Now, we're living in a time period where truth is what's called a relative, where people think, no, truth is within me, and I create it, and I decide my own truth. This can't be real because everybody has different opinions on what's true. And so what this turns into is if you are more vocal, then you must be right. Or if you're more powerful, then you must be right. And that's a dangerous place for any society to get into. So objective truth, what Christianity teaches, is that what is actually real is what is actually true. And our quest as Christians is to go out and discover what is true. Not create it ourselves, but to discover. And so I want to give a little bit of application to you students this week. If anybody comes up to you and says something like, "Oh, there is no objective truth," or "I create my own truth," or "Well, that may be true for you, but it may not be true for me," this is something I want you to do. I want you to ask them one question. Ask them, is that true? Is what you just said true, that there is no truth? Because if it's true that there is no truth, then there's at least one truth, which means what you just said is false. If you create your own truth and I create my own truth, or what's true for me isn't true for you, is that true? Because it's not true for me, therefore it's false, right? According to your own statement. People say these types of things all of the time, but they don't work in reality. We can't have self-defeating arguments and self-defeating statements. So if somebody claims there is no truth, all you have to do to show them that there is ask, is that true? Everybody believes that there is some objective truth out there. And as Christians, that's all we're saying. That there's truth out there to be discovered, and whoever has the best evidence and the best reason can make the claim that they know what's true. I hope this has been an encouragement to you, and I hope that you will use this tactic when you're talking with your friends, when you're talking with students, when you're talking with family about the truth claims of Christianity.